We all build walls to feel safe. But what if perfect safety is just another name for a beautiful prison? This is the story of a man who was the master of his own universe, a universe he could hold in the palm of his hands. The following parable is a deep exploration of courage and comfort, and it will be told in English. We invite you to stay until the end, not only for the lesson, but to use this narrative as an immersive way to improve your vocabulary and listening comprehension. Our story takes us to the Bottled Ocean, a small workshop overlooking the banks of the Hudson River in a small and charming town where Finn lived. He was a craftsman of extraordinary talent. With delicate tweezers and infinite patience, he built perfect replicas of great sailboats and imprisoned them in glass bottles. Every rope, every sail, every detail was a testament to his absolute control over his miniature world. But his mastery ended where the glass met the air. Through his workshop window, the real and majestic Hudson River moved. With real boats cutting through the waters, Finn dreamed of the ocean, but the sound of the waves and the vastness of the river paralyzed him with fear. His hands could build a world, but his feet were anchored to the safety of the shore. And so he lived, the master of ships that would never sail, the dreamer of the sea who never got wet, an artist, safe in his beautiful and comfortable glass prison. Finn's silent routine was broken on a summer afternoon by the sound of the small bell above the door. The woman who entered looked nothing like the usual tourists seeking a pretty souvenir. Her name was Anya. There was an energy about her, a vitality that seemed too big for the small workshop. Her skin was tanned by the sun, and in her eyes was the distant glimmer of horizons Finn only saw on his maps. She didn't just enter the shop, she brought the smell of salt and the echo of distant winds with her. She moved through the shop, genuinely amazed by Finn's skill. "This is incredible," she said, pointing to a complex sailboat. "The precision, the detail, you have the hands of a surgeon and the soul of a poet." Anya then told of her latest journey, a difficult crossing through an unexpected storm. She spoke not with fear, but with an excited respect for the ocean's power. The joy of having sailed through the chaos. Finn listened, and a chill ran down his spine. He replied, almost to convince himself, "I prefer safety here. There are no storms. The ocean is chaos. Here, inside these walls, I have order and beauty. It's all I need." Anya watched him, a glimmer of understanding in her eyes. She didn't argue. Instead, her gaze fixed on Finn's masterpiece, the most perfect sailboat of all. "Well then," she said with a gentle smile, "I would like to take a bit of your safe beauty with me." With an almost paternal care, Finn took his masterpiece from the shelf, the most detailed sailboat, with the whitest sails, perfectly imprisoned in its flawless bottle. He began to wrap it in a soft cloth, preparing it for its departure, for the world outside. Anya asked to hold it one last time. She held it up to the light coming from the window, and the little ship shone, safe and eternal in its glass cocoon. She then looked at Finn, and her voice was soft, but each word had the weight of an anchor. "It's the safest ship I've ever seen. It will never face a storm, never have its sails torn by the wind, never taste the salt. It is a perfect ship that will never know the purpose for which a ship is created, to sail." Her gaze then shifted to the window, to the dock on the Hudson River. A small fishing boat, old and patched, was returning to port, its hull marked by its battles against the current and time. "Her day, that boat," she continued, "is full of scars. Every scratch, every patch, is the memory of a journey, the proof that it was out there, living in the real world." She lowered the bottle and looked directly at Finn. The question that followed was the storm his workshop had never known. Which of the two has truly lived? Anya paid for the boat, thanked him with an enigmatic smile, and left, taking her bottled metaphor with her. The bell on the door rang as it closed, leaving behind a silence in the workshop that was heavier than ever before. Finn watched Anya's figure walk away down the street, toward the river. He then turned to his shelves, filled with his flawless creations. But now, his eyes saw something different, no longer perfect works of art, but rather glass prisons. Herdy's meticulous detail, which was once a source of pride, now seemed like a chain, trapping his dreams in an eternal cycle of sterile safety. Anya's question echoed in his mind, stronger than the soft sound of the Hudson's waves coming through the window. Which of the two has truly lived? Herdes looked at the sailboat, in a bottle that remained on the shelf, the replica of a great ship that would never feel the sway of the waves, the taste of the salt, the force of the wind in its sails. He realized, with a shock that hit him like a cold wave, that the ship was not just a representation of a dream, but a symbol of his own paralyzing fear. He had built a miniature life, perfectly controlled and safe within the walls of his workshop, while real life, the vast ocean of experiences, with its risks and rewards, passed right by, within his sight, but forever beyond his reach. Herdesla too, the next day did not start like the others. The morning sun illuminated the ships on the shelf, but Finn no longer saw their perfection. He saw a fleet of ghosts, of journeys never begun, and he knew he could no longer be the guardian of his own fear. Herdes, in the middle of the afternoon, during his busiest hour, he did something he had never done. He took the small wooden sign from the door, turned it to the side that said closed, and walked out, leaving his glass universe behind. He walked to the docks, a place he saw every day through the window, but that his feet hadn't stepped on in years. Herdes Naturit, the air was different there. It smelled of the river, of diesel, and of a frightening possibility. The sound wasn't that of delicate tweezers on wood, but of boat engines and seagulls crying in the open sky. He watched people boarding a small ferry that was preparing to cross the Hudson. And then, with his heart beating with a mix of panic and a strange, powerful joy, he took the final step. He approached the ticket booth, the man whose world could fit in the palm of his hand, and asked, his voice a little shaky, but clear, "Excuse me, is there still a ticket for the next crossing?" In that moment, Finn wasn't buying a ferry ticket. He was, finally, boarding his own ship. Finn's story is a powerful reminder that the comfort zone can be the most dangerous place of all, because it robs us of the journey we were built for. If this parable about courage resonated with you, please leave a comment below telling us what is the safe harbor you need the courage to leave behind to explore your true ocean. Herdesna Pelth, and share this video so that more people remember to hoist their sails. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories that help you learn English and navigate through life. Until next time, adjust your sails, face the waves, and have a great journey.